we all have to say, why is that? I have no clue, but it works for me. I'd like to thank Frank, for this wonderful invitation, and the entire executive committee that brought me here this morning. I think we're going to have a blast. So the very first thing that we need to do is we need to shake off every stereotype of what diversity training is, about what diversity is, about what it means to be who you are. We need to shake that off. So everybody go like this. Go like this. Come on. Any of you guys that think that your children have problems following directions, recognize it ain't so easy. Right? What does it really take to do what I just did? What does it take to do what you just did? Which is to immediately have reckless abandonment and jump into something. It really takes a foundation that you're going to be safe. That somebody else is going to get your back. That somebody else is going to make certain that you don't have to look over your shoulder. Word.
Didn't think they would play right away.
Brother hear music, brother starts to dance. Okay, now. We don't have fun, okay? All right, so let's really talk about how this whole conversation is going to take place. Because what we have to do is establish what I like to call the comfort zone. And the comfort zone allows for us all to be emotionally honest so that we don't have to get our own back. That everyone else in this room is going to get our back by creating a foundation in which your answers cannot be wrong. The issue happens to be we all know the correct answers. We know exactly what to say when talking about diversity, sexism, we know exactly what to say. Because we understand that the wrong answer is an implosion of our careers. Which is why the one thing that people really hate to talk about in the corporate sector is diversity. Because it doesn't come with a roadmap, but it does come with an answer chart, right? Do you like that person? Yes, I do. How about her? Mm-hmm. How about that one? Certainly do. We're all the Rainbow Coalition. We all should get along. Well, see, that's the problem. Should get along and do get along are two very different things. Does that make any sense to you? And so my whole objective is let us set ourselves a scenario here. Let us create an environment. You think I'm crazy, huh? No, I am crazy. I'm trying to tell you. Let us set an environment that will allow for us to have, not me lecturing at you, or keynote speaking to you, but really for us to have an interactive conversation. Because recognize, I already got diversity down. Okay, me and diversity, we like cousins. Like shadow kind of. Diversity goes someplace, I'm with it. I go someplace, diversity is following. Right? Because in a real sense, I don't really have a choice. Does that make sense? I have to be able to integrate with any group of people that I meet. I have to be able to make certain that I make them comfortable, that I can achieve what they need me to achieve. It's really no different for you though, is it? You see, and that is where this whole diversity brush can get confusing. It can get confusing because we start to stroke people and go, oh, white male, boom, doesn't like black folks. We do it in a heartbeat, bam! Right? I told you, that's crazy. You didn't believe me, did you? So the whole notion happens to be, we have to create an environment in which you feel like you can say what you really believe so that everybody can actually move forward in a quantitative way. We can still have our outcome, our outcome-based assessments. We can still have that. But the reality happens to be, we don't have to put on a mask that we really don't believe in. And that's what it is. In the morning, we all get up and put on masks, right? So when we're looking at hip-hop artists, we all go, oh my gosh, I can see his underwear. And it's true, you can. There's no doubt about it, you can. I mean, DVDs, boxes, you can see them. But what you don't understand is it's a mask. Everybody puts on a mask. What we have decided is that we put on a suit, that's an acceptable mask. So we say, okay, now this person is qualified in which to give us information. What I like to say to my son all the time is, just because it's in a book doesn't mean it's right. But we do believe if we read it in the book that it has some sense of authenticity and somehow it's correct. But if you get the wrong information and the wrong guy writes the book is wrong. But we don't think that. So the way that we really have to learn is we have to have multiple sources. You like that, Ron? I got to work on that again. You think I'm crazy, right? Are we getting there? Okay, good. So the whole, I'm crazy, I'm telling you. So the whole notion is that we have to get to a point in which you can say what it is that you truly believe and not really worry about being attacked. Now, I'm really talking about a utopia of interaction, aren't I not? Okay, because within reality, we all are going to have certain landmarks that we're going to have to hit. We do recognize this. However, it is not a far cry to make certain that those landmarks are logical. You know, that we're not just going to the extreme so that everybody feels good. So I feel good. See, but it didn't make any, I mean, it didn't, you know, nothing got done. Nothing really got done. So feeling good is not just, it's not enough. There's also a concept of earning the elements that get you to feel good. Right? How many people have kids that play t-ball? You know what I love about t-ball? The little children's faces and whatnot. But the one thing that cracks me up about t-ball is if they can't hit the baseball, are they really playing baseball? So what we have done is created an entire society in which it's like, hey, everyone's going to get to win. And because we've created a society in which everyone gets to win, what things don't happen? People don't learn how to lose. And it is the most crucial lesson and element to diversity. The reason that diversity is like a wildfire through the corporate sector is because everyone believes that at every moment, everybody got to be happy and everybody got to win. And that's not kind of how it works. You kind of go to school, you kind of learn to read, versus just be in the English class. Right? You're able to regurgitate the information that the teacher gave you, and then you pass. And then you move on, and you get rewarded for it. But there is no incentive today for anybody, black, white, or indifferent, to succeed. Because if you sit there long enough, someone's going to say that you should have it because. You know? And it's really funny because when it comes to the concept of, let's talk about for a minute, affirmative action. When it comes to affirmative action, this is what the brother said. Oh, I'm the brother. I just need to let you know that. What did the brother say? The brother says, I don't necessarily believe that we need affirmative action. But I believe that we're not at a place in which we cannot have affirmative action. I believe that any person, given an opportunity, will be able to show you whether or not they have a right to have a job. Now this is what I say. Sometimes people go, well, you know, that man got it because he was black. That might be true. Straight up. But I've never met a chief of surgery who was black, who couldn't do good surgery. There's the point. It's not necessarily that they got it because they were black, but could they actually do the job? Right? So Sidney Poitier said, I'm not a black man. I'm a man who happens to be black. You see? Now what happens, of course, sometimes is people won't let me be a man who happens to be black. Why? Because it's basic arithmetic. It's basic arithmetic. Look at all y'all folks in this room. How many black folks? Arithmetic. See? She didn't even have to turn around. And she was like 2. Now, does it make sense? She's not racist because she's able to point out there's 2 black people in the room. What she is a really good mathematician. Homegirl can read percentages. Because what we look at is characteristics, right? That's what separates people, characteristics. Well, the most predominant characteristic, color. Color. Let's say it together, come on. Color. Right, now, Now, come on, you can't say it like white folks. Huh? Color. Look at that. See, that was so right. No, so the whole objective is that we have to get to a point in which we're not necessarily just looking at this thing from a concept of color.